So, that's a very good perk. And these are the perks I really recommend. Let me just select them. Scavenger, Scavenger, and Fortune Finder. These are very good for collecting money and getting ammo. You need that shit. And for people who played the game before, you're gonna want this. Awareness. When you get the game, when you start off and you use VATS, no level is shown, so you don't know what level you're fighting your enemy is. But this perk allows you to see the level of your enemies and obviously the weaknesses. So, it brings back that old Fallout 3 New Vegas feel. And it's useful. Like, oh shit, this guy's 10 levels higher than me. Let me get the fuck out of here. It's very useful. Another good ass perk that I would strongly consider is Lead Belly. I really don't fuck with Lead Belly. I didn't really get them in the third and New Vegas. But in this game, fucking with the whole radiation lowering your health bar, I really consider getting this, especially since, you're probably going to be eating a lot of food and drinks to conserve stem packs. This will help you not get radiation, since radiation is rare, those type of items. The Lady Killer perk or Black Widow perk is something that you would want to get if you're thinking of talking your way out of many things. So I would really consider getting Charisma high, even if you don't want to talk your things through, because you can weasel for more money. Basically, you'd be like extort people and be like, you know what, I want X amount of caps instead of the piece of shit reward you're giving me. So you can get a lot more money with this whole stat in general, and intelligence obviously is always good. And because higher intelligence, the more experience points you get. Come on, unless you really want to hinder the amount of XP you get, then I would go increasing the stat as well. Every other stat I would say is up to your, you can put so many different builds, but I really recommend using Charisma and Intelligence high almost all the time, unless you're going for a dumb build or somebody who doesn't talk, like just straight up shoots everybody. Then otherwise, yeah, get these two perks. I mean, stats boost them and whatnot. The medic perk is very important in this game. Before, stem packs used to heal instantly. Now, they heal slowly. So, each rank of this perk makes it work even faster and gives more health. I haven't bought the last of it yet, but I will soon. So, that's pretty much a rundown of what you need to know about the game. There's other things I could talk about, like the armor, which I suppose I might as well. So, armor in this game is two layers: clothing and then pieces that you can put on the clothing. Now there's going to be clothing like the hazmat suit, which is something you're going to need to get eventually, especially if you're not using power armor. This fuckboy, alright. And let's say the Reginald suit. There's going to be things that you just can't put shit on it. So what can you do about it, right? A lot of clothes actually do this, so that sucks. But there's clothes like the Vault suit and Dirty Army Fatigues. I personally use that because it's pretty cool. That will. Now, what I do usually is just try to wear the things with the highest resistance damage-wise. I don't really give a shit about energy resistance or rad resistance, really. But you see, this gives me rad resistance. I just pretty much wear anything with the best damage resistance. However, there are some items like this Chameleon Synth chest piece where I've had way better chest pieces, but I use this one specifically because it has a really awesome feature, and I'll show you right now. It's like a stealth boy, a stealth boy that I never have to, it's like an unlimited stealth boy. That's what it is. Look at this shit. As long as I don't move, I'm invisible. And you know what? I could just do this, move in short burst. Keep the enemy off me. I can snipe somebody like this, get a really good sneak bonus with this. It's a really awesome feature that I have way better chest pieces than this, but I use it because of that. So, and also I like to use items that will boost my stats, like +1 agility and perception. Again, I have way better pieces than that, but that specifically makes it worth my while. So I would consider using those type of items if you're into it. Otherwise, if you just want, like, you know, tanky shit, then just get the highest resistance. And that's why I keep things like the Reginald suit gives me 3 charisma. So even though I already have high charisma, if I need that boost, you know, then I'll use it. And here's the trick that I like to use with charisma checks, which I'll test on Hancock or McCready.
Hey. Well, can I help?
So, as you can see here, I'm speaking to him. Now, there's no speech check here, but let's pretend there is. You would back out, look away, and equip any sort of karma-inducing items like the Reginald suit. Then you come back and go right back to the conversation, quick save, and then do it. If you failed, load the quick save and keep trying over and over again, because yeah, it's save scumming, but you know, doesn't matter. Do you really care about that? Some people do, but I don't. So you can do that to get speech checks completed and get more money, better rewards, romances, and intimidations, and that's a pretty cool feature that some people don't know. So that's one way to abuse that type of shit. And I want to talk about food before I end the video.
You're making that look easy.
Damn, fuck off, dude. I'm trying to do this video, man. Shut up. So, look at this. I just made a meal, right? I like to do this because look at the bonuses. Yao Gai ribs, 15 damage resistance for 1 hour compared to just eating raw like Yao Gai. So, Deathclaw steak. Look at this shit. Very useful. I really recommend, and this is a very good alcoholic drink, the Dirty Wastelander. Now it doesn't tell you what it does, but I have one, so I can show you. Look at this. -4 intelligence. Well, now that sounds like pretty bad, but hear me out. Look at that. +6 strength. +6. Do you have any idea how much strength that is? That is crazy. Like, that is ridiculous. And it's very easy to make. You just need 1 mute fruit, which you can get a lot of mute fruit from a specific location. And, you know, Nuka-Cola is pretty much everywhere. All you need to worry about is the vodka, or was that whiskey, regardless. It's very good shit to use. Which brings me to my next point, chems. Let's talk about chems. Crafting them. Look at this shit. Buff jet, buff tats. There's so many different types of combinations you could do. Let's say you like jet and you like to use buff out. Instead of taking both of them, combine them. Look at this shit. Boom. You make one. Not only do you get XP, but you get and you lower your weight limit because you're taking 2 items and making it into 1 that still weighs the same. So you lower the weight and you get something that's better. So you read the description, or if you know you use 2 specific things a lot, there you go. You just combine them, make awesome shit, and get fucked up. Instead of just finding them. You can make a lot of things. You can even make stem packs if you want. I think it's not very cost effective to make stem packs, but if that's your thing, there you go. Which reminds me about aid. Keep in mind how much shit you're carrying. Radaway weighs 0.1 pounds. That's 0.10. 10 Radaways equals 1 pound. So now that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have like, let's say 50 Radaways, that's like 5 pounds worth of Radaways. Come on, you don't need to be carrying that shit. Same thing with Rad-X. Pretty much a lot of aids are gonna be 0.1 pounds. Look at this shit. You see all these and then there's gonna be 0.5s and, you know, Deathclaws. Like meat usually is 1 pound, and liquor is usually 1 pound. So if you like to use a lot of liquor or carry a lot of liquor, you're gonna want to at least like try to reduce as much weight as possible. And the best way to do that is try not to carry that much items. Like I have way more Rad-X and Radaway than what I'm carrying, but I'm not gonna need that much. What? Look at this shit. I don't need that much Radaway. I'm gonna carry that much because that's how I am, but look at that. I lowered it. I used to have like 80 right away on me. No, that was 8 pounds wasted, and each pound counts, especially when you're scavenging for junk and shit. So, which is why some people like to wear power armor when they go on junk hunts, because it increases your carry limit substantially. It's very cool. So that's pretty awesome. Now I just like to end this video by showing you this location, Croup Manor. This place is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best places to call home base. When you go there, it's pretty much covered in ghouls, so make sure you got plenty of rad action right away, or wear the hazmat suit or power armor, because when ghouls hit you, you're gonna get a shit ton of radiation. And there's when I went there, at least there was a few strong ghouls. I had a few legendaries in there, reavers, you know. So this place is pretty much a 3-story house with a nice roof. Now when you go to it, it's all fucked up. There's holes in the wall, but as you can see, you can patch these holes. I patched a few of them. I even blocked some of the doors, so if I get raided, there's only like 2 points of entry, the back door and the front door. Now this I didn't patch up because I'm not gonna use that room, so it doesn't matter. So you can enter, and as you can see here, this is a pretty good place. It has a basement. It also has a regular second floor. If you want to use this room, it's pretty small, so that's why, you know, I'm not gonna bother with this. You could probably even build outward and you know, make this into a bigger room if you know how to do that shit. And there's the master bedroom, which I refurbished a bit, covered up the you know, there was a big hole here. Put a few beds. My bobbleheads are here, like all my bobbleheads, my magazines and shit, you know. And this was just another big hole in the wall, which I put a door here. And it was a big ass, you know, look at this shit, it's covered. This roof was like a huge hole, which I buried with like wood and metal, and then made staircase to up here with a guard tower. You can do, what the fuck is that? You saw that? So you can do a lot of things. You put turrets all over the place. You can make this into a fortress if you so choose so. I'm not even done with this place. I've only worked in this place for like half an hour, maybe less. So I'm certainly going to be putting more work into this joint. See, I'm going to have to patch this up too, but it's pretty fucked up. Like, you see all the holes in the wall, but you know, you can fix that and you can make it into a really badass fortress. Have farms and shit, you know. You put like the people that you find are your favorite companions. The bodies are still here though, but you know, you could throw those off the cliff if you want. So yeah, it's a pretty formidable place for defense, and it's probably my favorite player housing other than this place. The Red Rocket that I showed you was my other base, and Spectacle Island is pretty cool since it's a whole island for you to build on. You can make so much shit on that island. So Spectacle Island, Red Rocket, and the Croup Manor are the places I would recommend for player housing. You know, Sanctuary's alright, but there's just too many people there that, you know, I don't want to be dealing with, so I moved that shit. So that's pretty much like, you know, the rundown of all the things you need to know, other than the fact that you can check on your workshops just by going here. Shows all your locations. I'm gonna have to go check on the places since there's a lot of alerts. Check your stats, like locations discovered, quests completed, you know, all this shit. So you can, you know, here's your quests and everything. This is self-explanatory. And you know, stats, specials, and perks. I really recommend to try to be on the good side of all your companions, because they give special companion perks that are permanent, so even if you dismiss them, you still own it. These perks are really, really good. So that's why I'm with McCready right now. I'm trying to get his perk. So again, try to be on the good side of your companions. Try to butter them up and everything, so you can get their perks, because they all have fantastic bonuses. So that's it. That's all you really need to know. I'll put the map in the description that like I said, don't go there unless you're high level, unless you want to get shitty power armors.